At first, I was gonna go ahead. I'm gonna end up hurting this plant so bad. Oh shit! Okay, I have seen some of these videos on TikTok and Instagram with some pothos and the leaves as big as your face. You know, the one with a single stem and it's just one stem growing on a moss pole and the leaves are like this. So you might know how to do it, but if you don't know, stay tuned because I will show you a way on how to do it. So here's my pothos growing on a moss pole. I'll show you how big those leaves are now. At first, I was gonna cut the stem, pull the aerial roots out of the moss pole, and put the stem in a separate moss pole, but that doesn't make any sense, right? If you wanna keep those big leaves growing already, then you wanna cut the moss pole itself and leave that vine inside attached to the moss pole that you cut. I'm gonna show you right now. This is the one that I'm gonna cut. This is the vine right here. Very thick, a very thick vine. This was an extension, so it's much easier for me to cut. I don't necessarily gotta cut the wire itself. I'm gonna show you why I also use wire fence to do my moss pole. I cut the vines that I want to take with me, which is like 1 or 2. So now I'm gonna lift up. There goes the wick. Also why I don't use cotton anymore. I'm gonna show you why. This is what's left. So just to recap, you don't want it, like I said, you don't want to take out the vine itself because any sort of fertilizer that you use will end up in the moss, inside the moss pole, and the aerial roots will go ahead and absorb it. That's why these leaves are so big. They're being fed directly through here, no longer from the bottom of the roots or the main plant. And since I do my own moss pole, I use metal wire, like the chicken fence type, because I like my moss pole to be firm and stable. I don't deal with the plastic one there. I feel like they're too flimsy. The pothos or the plant that you're putting, sometimes it gets heavy and tilts over. So all I use is metal. But again, it's whatever you like. Then we're gonna build an extension to put on top of this baby right here. We're gonna run a nylon rope through it for moisture. And before anybody asks, nylon is better than cotton. Cotton is biodegradable. It breaks down, it rots, it molds, it just stops wicking. You want to wick. Nylon lasts forever, doesn't rot, and it keeps the moss pole evenly moist. So yeah, nylon it is. So this is the cotton one that I used to use. We don't use that anymore. This is the nylon one. I'm gonna set up and I'm gonna show you how I make my moss pole. You probably ask me how I'm gonna get this cotton rope out of here. Simple and easy. Here's the bottle that I use and I put the rope inside the bottle. I'll show you how to do that in a few. So here it is, you see? Disgusting. I'm gonna undo this. So this is what I have done, I did before. And this is the rope, this is the cotton one. It's nasty. We're gonna go ahead and attach this rope to this one. Okay, see? So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna pull the cotton one until the nylon one is already in. Okay, oops, that didn't work. So perfect for learning, right? I got a bamboo stick. We're gonna go ahead and make a little cut right here. We're gonna put the rope. So now we remove the rope from the bamboo. Okay, hold the rope and pull your bamboo stick out. There you go. Bamboo's out. Rope is in. This is the bottom, just to let you know, that is the bottom, this is the top. Now that we did that, we're gonna go ahead and make the moss pole. So this is it. This is what I use. I want to make it the same size of what I had here. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna count the squares. 20 squares. You could either count the square, you could just use it doing your measurement. Oh shit. I'm gonna leave this one open because this side is the one that's gonna go ahead and attach to the other one. So here, I'm gonna go ahead and close the moss pole now. Let me prepare my substrate and we're gonna go ahead and pot this baby. This is the part that's gonna go inside the pot. So once I remove these leaves, these nodes will turn into soil roots. Wow, look at that. So these are the nodes that are gonna go in here. Can I put this on the floor? You guys could probably still see. Oh shit, son! Look at this. Oh my god, I think I messed this one up. It's alright. That shit was all over the place. Anyway, I'm gonna do the bamboo trick. I'm gonna push it right through. I bought these plugs. These are the plugs that I'm gonna use to put in a bottle where the wick is gonna go, so the water will come down evenly. This is the bottle that I bought. What do you want? Oh, some water? Okay.